Hello there, this is Mario with Unapologetic Gentleman coming to you with the news. Today we're going to be discussing Elon Musk. We've all been hearing about him, how he's cleaning house and this and that. And guess what? He's getting a lot of slack for it. This man is doing what he wants. He's trying to correct things, in my opinion. So let's continue. Elon Musk says his politics are in the center, but extremism expert says he's using Twitter to increasingly empower right-wing views. I'll go down these little bullet points here. It says Elon Musk has been weighing in more and more on political issues since buying Twitter. Well, it was political before. It's no surprise to anyone. People are just upset that they no longer have control in Twitter. They're crying about it. He's cleaning house. He's trimming the fat off of Twitter. This is his business, and people cry about what he's doing with his business. Once positioning himself as neutral, he now shares anti-democratic conspiracies and endorses the GOP. Conspiratorial? Come on. Any argument that he's trying to empower, they say, the center is patiently BS. A researcher on extremism told Insider. Who's this person? Who's this researcher? Nobody knows. They just throw words in there, right? So let's go. Though he has long touted himself as somewhere in the middle, all right, on politics, Elon Musk has been sharing increasingly more conservative political views, and that's okay. Twitter since the first showed interest in purchasing the platform and is now regularly amplifying anti-democratic conspiracies. They're throwing this word, just peppering it in there at all costs. Okay, I'm just reading the news. Conspiracy theories while endorsing Republican candidates across the country. What is wrong with that? This is a free country, supposedly, and he can do whatever he wants. But he's being dragged through the mud because he's doing what other people don't like. In the past, I voted Democrat because they were mostly the kindest party, said Musk. This was his opinion. All of a sudden, he changes his opinion and he is not to be trusted or talked about nicely. Musk wrote in a tweet this May. He then bashed the Democrat Party. And that's okay. They're politicians. They're in the public view. So guess what? Suck it up, Buttercup. But they have been the party of division and hate, so I can no longer support them and will vote Republican, Musk said. In November, he called on independent-minded voters to vote Republican. All right, to vote Republican to curb a Democratic majority. While such an endorsement may seem commonplace in today's political landscape, critics warn Musk's widespread influence and increasingly conspiratorial posts appear to be favoring far-right extremists. Appear doesn't mean he is. Listen to the words. I think he's intentionally empowering right-wing extremists. J.M. Berger, a researcher on extremism on social media like Twitter, told Insider. Any argument that he's trying to empower the center is patiently BS and should be treated as such. This is again another opinion of some man who was paid to say silly things. Berger, who has written several books on extremism, empowering, and is a fellow with Vox poll, a research expert focused on violence online political extremists. Where was this man when the shoe was on the other foot? Was he calling out BS? Probably not. So, political extremists told Insider it has become more difficult to talk about extremism without discussing mainstream politics, as views shared by Republican candidates have increasingly overlapped with kind of extremism points of views, such as Florida GOP candidate who was banned from social media after he said he would legalize shooting federal agents on site. And another who said federal agents would leave his home in a body bag if they attempt to execute a search warrant as they did in Mar-a-Lago. So, if we're talking about empowering center voices, if you look at polling and you look at people's attitude, and centrist platforms would not empower anti-LGBT activism and violence, because most people support equal rights for LGBT people, Berger said. He's just reaching. This has nothing to do with the main article. He's just throwing things in there to dirty his name. This man should just be ashamed of himself. Go to sleep, sir. Okay? Musk recently amplified and debunked rumors. You see? Because this man that we were just talking about, Berger, is just giving his opinions. His opinions is no better than mine and no better than yours. So let's listen to Mr. Musk. Musk recently amplified and debunked rumors that Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, was attacked by a lover in a sexual tryst gone wrong, sharing a link to an article that claimed Pelosi and his attacker met at a gay bar and saying there might be more to this story than meets the eye. Well, maybe there is. The 82-year-old husband, a Speaker of the House, was beaten with a hammer in politically motivated attack. We don't know. Again, that's an opinion. According to San Francisco District Attorney. Again, he's from San Francisco. What we've seen since he did this, since this takeover, is that he started off positioning himself as a super neutral, and he's a sort of explicitly saying he's politically neutral. So what? So what? Berger said. And then there are two things that we've seen since then. First is his interactions on Twitter. He is increasingly polling around with, I guess, and apparently paying heed to some of the worst people of the right. Who are these people? Can you name them? Who are these worst people? Lately, Musk's Twitter mention and replies include promising users like infamous right-wing account libs of TikTok. Okay, who? Which is known for promoting anti-LGBT conspiracy theories. All that is all nonsense there. It doesn't need to be in there, but guess what? They just want to dirty up his name. That Twitter will be much better than it was prior to his ownership, according to the New York Times, of going full woke. Well, it was full woke, and nobody was complaining about it, but now they're complaining about it. And replying to MAGA activist Charlie Kirk's musing about Anthony Fauci's daughter working at Twitter with a quip that it is a small world. So what was she doing there? I mean, we can't question that. It seems kind of silly there. And we know that people were censored everywhere, not just regular people, but also doctors and such. Well, weren't allowed to talk. Same thing on TikTok, same thing on Facebook. They were all told to be quiet. But these people like to come on now and, oh, look, I'm the victim now. Manipulators, narcissists, people who love to manipulate everybody around them. The way Twitter's content moderation has changed since he's taken over has definitely skewed towards favoring the far right. Why? Who's the far right? You know, what about the people in the middle? You're saying that no, there are no people that he's reaching out to, blah, 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 in the middle. Well, you know, it can't be all far right, sir. Okay? Grow up. Since his acquisition, Musk has reinstated the accounts of Kanye West and Marjorie Taylor Greene, Andrew Tate, and the Babylon Bee, and each of which was banned for positioning anti-Semitic, misogynistic, or transphobic content in violation of Twitter policies. Musk also reinstated the account of the past president, Donald J. Trump, after the former president was banned for inciting. I won't read the rest because it's BS. Berger, the crybaby, who began tracking some of the English-speaking reinstated accounts that appeared on the side, said that the bulk of the accounts were abusers. Again, that is his opinion. Abusers and harassers and trolls. Empowered by the lack of robust content moderation to mobilize harassment against users. Okay. Again, your opinion. In some cases, he said, this could escalate Twitter's violence. Okay. The Center for Countering Digital Hate found in the week immediately following Musk's takeover, the use of the N-word tripled. Okay, in 2022 average, anti-LGBT slurs were up between 39% and 53%, and anti-Semitic slurs rose 22%. The New York Times reported anti-Semitic posts referring to Jews or Judaism soars more than 61%. Well, people are talking about it. People are reading about it. So of course it's going to go up. Hello, let's rub some brain cells together and move on. So whatever Musk believes were in the beginning, or whether there has been an evaluation of whether it's something that was there all along, his tenure of Twitter has been marked by a huge increase of both presence of the far-right accounts and platforms that are also in how the personalities elevate some of these accounts by seeming, I should say, to take them seriously and engage with them on questions of policy, Berger said. The billionaire owner of Twitter has also recently suggested the now collapsed crypto exchange FTX was used for laundering billions of dollars to the Democrat Party. You can kind of see what you start looking at the stuff over time. You see some public figures who will sort of start dabbling in the far right stuff and then becoming increasingly oriented in that direction, Berger said. And guess what? There's people that get drawn to the other side too. So let's not forget that, Mr. Berger, all right? And it's sort of hard to know whether it's something they were always into or whether they are making a transition in these attitudes that they have. So again, this is going on 15 minutes and all he's going to be doing is bashing Musk. So I will end it there. Thank you very much for sticking around to the end of the video. Again, this is Mario with Unapologetic Gentleman, coming to you live from Brownsville.